Hey cookers, this will be a fun one. We're making apricot glazed chicken in a dump and go in my Ninja PossibleCooker Pro. Cooking with Jill. Welcome to my kitchen. So like I said, this will be a fun one. It's going to be really easy. I've got my cooker here set on slow cook on low. And we're just going to mix everything in here. I've got about 10-12 ounces of Apricot Preserves. There we go. This is just an Aldi's brand, Apricot Preserves. There we go. And then this is a half a cup of yellow French dressing. And this is a Kraft brand. We're just going to stir it. Just pop this in here like that. Over here, onion soup mix. So this is Aldi's brand. You could use this. You could also use Lipton's onion soup mix, which is classic. Let me get some scissors. Just dump it in there. This is about as dump and go as it gets. And this right here is a half cup of brown sugar. Now I'm just going to mix this up. That brown sugar and that apricot is going to really put a nice dark glaze on the chicken as it cooks. That ranch dressing, that French dressing, onion soup mix is going to really give it a nice savory flavor. Now I'm going to use a whisk because I think it's going to blend this up just a little bit better. Just trying to break up all of those brown sugar clumps. In fact, let me get my spatula. I don't know if you call it a spatula or a spoon. It's kind of both. See if I can't break up some of that a little bit. It'll dissolve when it starts getting hot anyway, but let's just try and do it here. Yeah, that's all right. They'll break down. So now all you do is just put your chicken in here and make sure that it gets thoroughly coated. There we go. I might use my spatula to make sure that I get some stuff on top. Now I got 6 chicken thighs here. I guess if you wanted more chicken thighs, you just put a little more of everything in there. But 6 chicken thighs fit in this thing about perfect. There we go. I'm just going to turn them and just make sure they get covered in this glaze. This should come out with a nice, rich, savory, sweet flavor with the onion soup in ranch dressing or French dressing. I keep saying ranch. There we go. Like that needs to be turned. Okay. And now I'm just going to just make sure this stuff gets spooned up well over the top of this dead bird. Well, there we go. I'm going to put this lid on here. And we'll check it in about, I said it should be close to 7 hours there. It should cook somewhere between 6 and 7 hours. We'll take a look at it and I'll be right back. Hey cookers. The apricot chicken's done. Looks good. I haven't tested it. I haven't even tasted it, but we're going to find out. I'm going to serve with this some stovetop stuffing and some sautéed spinach. 5 minutes. So I'm going to get the stovetop started over here. 1.5 cups of water. Per the instructions on the box. And then 4 tablespoons of butter. Here we go. That's a half a stick of butter, it's 4 tablespoons. And I'm just going to put this on here and let it come to a ball. And then I'm just going to saute this spinach. I really want to hold off on the spinach for a minute. Let me get the stovetop in first. So let's give it a minute. Well, while we're waiting on that water to come to a boil, let's do a table talk real quick. Webster JN1, it looks like he's a regular commenter here. He commented on the easy dump and go smothered cube steak video. He said, I really enjoy your videos. Some good old wholesome home cooking. Love. Little heart symbol there. You know, Webster, I love doing this, and the reason why I've always wanted to do a cookbook, and I never had the discipline to actually write out cookbook recipes, but I love cooking, and I've always come up with some creative, crazy ideas. So thank you for the comment. And yeah, I really just try to do some home cooking. So thank you. All right, so one of the things I love about these Ninja Never Stick pans is that they've got that clear lid on them, and I can see this water's beginning to boil, and the butter's almost melted. So let's take a look at this. Oh yeah, stir this and that butter will just melt right up. So this is just stovetop chicken. I thought that would be good because, well, we're having chicken. All right, so I'm going to turn the heat off on this. Just stir this in well. Just make sure it's all mixed up good because that chicken flavor was seasoning and stuff was settled down at the bottom. So that's ready to go. It just needs to sit for a few minutes and let that stuffing soak up the water. So let me get this pan hot for the spinach. Spinach is just going to take 2 minutes to cook, and this just needs to sit for about 5. So if you have any friends that want some easy dump and go recipes, I mean, the chicken, all the fixings and everything for the sauce, all got mixed right in the pan. I didn't even have to dirty up a bowl to mix it up in. And this is real quick. The stovetop, 5 minutes. This spinach, it's going to cook in about 2 minutes. So I just want to let the pan get hot. Then I'll throw the butter in there. And I've got about a tablespoon of garlic. This should give that spinach a nice flavor. And then some salt and pepper on it. So let's give it just a couple minutes to get hot. So this induction cooker doesn't really take long to get things hot. Now I'm going to put 4 ounces of butter in here. I just want that butter to melt down real quick. Yeah, that butter with the spinach. And now I'm going to throw this garlic in here. And I just want this garlic to get warm and start releasing some of its flavors. I'm not trying to toast or brown the garlic at all. I just want to get it hot. There we go. I can smell that garlic. It smells good. And let's put a few shakes of salt in here because these greens are going to need some salt and pepper. And then some pepper. There we go. Just stir this up. Look at that garlic. Oh my God, it smells good. All right, so that butter's about melted. It's just an 8-ounce package of baby spinach. I got at Aldi's. I'm gonna dump this whole package in here. Now I just want to toss this spinach in the butter. Probably should have had a bigger pan, but that's okay. This spinach will break down really quick. I'm really just trying to wilt the spinach. It won't take long. Ain't cooking fun. Yeah, you can see that spinach is beginning to just wilt a little bit. And you can see the garlic and the butter up in there. See, I told you it would just shrink down into almost nothing. I'm going to turn the heat off on this pan. It'll continue cooking real quick. There we go. That spinach is ready. That didn't take long. The stovetop stuffing is done. Let me set this aside back on the stove, get this cooktop out of the way. I'll bring the cooker up and we'll take a look at the dead bird. Okay, so this slow cooked for around 7 hours. When it finishes its slow cook, it goes over on warm. So it's just been keeping it warm. So it hasn't been cooking more than that. Let's take a look-see here. So that looks pretty good. It really does. How about I grab this piece right here in the middle and plate this up? You know, that just looks absolutely gorgeous. Let's see if I can use this spoon. Maybe get some of this sauce on that chicken. Yeah, that really looks good. So let's go for the spinach. Say a little bit of spinach right there. For the stovetop stuffing, I'm just going to stir this up a little bit, kind of fluff it up, you know. There we go. And just plate that up right there. Oh, that stovetop smells good. You've got this sweet and tangy chicken and this luscious, rich spinach and the savory stovetop, and you've got this nice sauce here that's nice and tangy to go along with it. Together, this should be a nice meal. Let's take a look at it, see what it looks like. So that chicken is just tender. Look at that. It's just, that's just falling apart. Tender. Okay. So I'm gonna get this little piece here. Maybe some of that skin. There we go. That is just really flavorful. The apricots aren't real strong. It's got a little sweetness. It's got a little bit of tang. Let me take some of this stovetop and put it in some of that sauce there. It'd be kind of like having kind of a cranberry sauce type of thing with your stovetop. That's good. Let me try this spinach. I'm not a big fan of spinach, but let me try this. So the spinach is fresh. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of spinach, but that's pretty good. Share this with your friends, people that you think might just be interested in some good drop and go recipes. Have fun.